Hey everybody, hey, welcome back to the 53206 cast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Meg.
And this is a podcast. I don't actually know, Meg, what is this podcast about?
All right. So, this is a podcast about reframing inner city spaces.
Oh, yes. This podcast in general is about, I kind of feel like the term reframe, I feel like maybe we're moving on. Just as
You're always like, let's come up with this new phrase.
We don't need a new phrase, but yes. So there is a story that's generally told about inner city spaces, and we like to tell you maybe a different story.
Yeah, and
our story of having lived in the inner city for 20 years.
Okay, so I wanted to start this one off because you told me something the other day. And I can't stop thinking about it. And so we were talking about why food deserts exist.
Oh, so this is a podcast about food deserts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I think, and you showed me on a piece of paper, and you're like, this is so simple. Why do people not know this? And I was like, well, I never knew that. And so you told me, and kind of like, I think you'll get into it a little bit, hopefully. Okay. You'll be able to figure out how to not draw it because this isn't a...
This is an audio. The format of this is audio, yes.
But I think, I just keep thinking about, this is something that I did not realize that I play a part in. Okay. And I think there's a lot of things when it comes to any inner city structures that we all play a part. And we don't know that we play a part at all. We think, I'm just going about my day. I'm just going to Woodman's in Menominee Falls and not really thinking anything of it because Woodman's has 6 different beans to choose from. And I need to figure out what I need to be able to choose the kind of black beans I want. And I think what you kind of displayed in your picture that you drew was that we all just play this role in all of these systems that have been, and I guess have been created, and we continue to put energy into the things that maybe we shouldn't.
Okay. So,
could you help explain your take? And this is your take, so people can disagree with it. I'm not disagreeing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that I was my eyes were opened when you told me your philosophy on why food deserts exist.
Okay. Well, I do think it's a little challenging without having a picture because I do think a picture does actually make a little bit more sense in this instance. But maybe we could use some numbers.
Okay, yeah.
And I think I'm gonna use North Avenue as our example.
Yeah.
If you are familiar with the city of Milwaukee, you will quickly realize that North Avenue isn't the street. It's we're gonna talk about a grocery store. It's on 35th. I don't even know what street it's on, but it's not Wisconsin.
It's 35th and North.
Oh, is it on 35th and North? Okay.
I mean, it's like
it's
half
off
a block.
It's
of
off
North.
of there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I think that there's enough of a. I think North Avenue would work for this example. Okay, so I'm gonna give you, and I'm just doing this on the fly here. So
yeah, thank you.
If I'm wrong, it's okay. Just go with it. Here's the numbers. 96. Mm-hmm. So 96th Street.
Okay.
It might not be 96th Street, but I'm just going to go with it. There's a real nice Sendik's on 96th and North.
Yeah.
Real nice, super nice. They have really good bakery, and they make their own Kringles there.
Oh my god.
The Kringles are very good.
Why don't we ever go there? Well, this
because
is
it's
why.
on 96.
This is why.
Because we live on 8th Street, and 96 is 88 streets away.
Yeah.
76th.
Okay.
76th. 35th.
Okay.
1st. And negative 20th.
Okay.
The numbers aren't actually this doesn't totally line up, but I think the numbers are enough to
get us started.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So those are different places that you can buy groceries.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it might not be 76th and North. It might be 76th and State.
Yeah.
Which is at that point is like 3 or 4 minutes from North Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the numbers. And maybe it's not 76, maybe it's 70, but we're just going to go with those numbers because I've already said them and I've already written them down.
Okay.
So it's been in the news quite a bit lately that the Pick and Save on 35th is closing.
Yeah.
I feel like we've talked about this before, but maybe it's just when you and I have been talking. But
I feel like we've mentioned it on the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is not a Tractor Supply or Farm and Fleet, one of those type stores in our neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. There's not one in the city.
Sure.
Yeah.
There is not a Tractor Supply store in our neighborhood because there are not enough people that want to buy tractor or farm related products.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense for Tractor Supply to build a store here. Like we could have a Target because people want to go to Target. But again, there aren't enough people, especially in our neighborhood, that want to go to the Tractor Supply store.
Yeah.
So if you're a business, you have to make money. You have to. It's what you do.
Yeah.
And I don't really fault you for having to make money. You have shareholders and you have the president of the company, and everyone expects you to turn a profit, and probably expects you to turn a greater profit than you did last year.
Yeah.
That's what they expect. So if you're going to build a store or have have another grocery store, that grocery store has to make money.
Yeah.
Okay, so the people that live right by 35th Street, their closest grocery store is the one on 35th Street, right?
Yeah.
But Meg, have you been to the grocery store that was on 35th Street?
Yes.
And you got anything you'd like to say about that grocery store?
Yes. I have been to that grocery store I would go, it was on the way to pick up the kids for school. So if I needed something, I would go there. I would generally go there for only one or two things because it always had a super long line. So you were waiting at least 10, 15 minutes to check out. And it was just, there was always one or two lanes open.
Sure.
And so I would often get frustrated with going there because it took so long even to just get one or two things.
Okay.
So that's my experience with it, probably going a dozen times.
Okay. So we've got on 96th Street, we've got the really nice Sendix. 76 on 70.
And have you been to the 96th Street Sendix? Tell us about your experience there.
That's the one with the really good Kringle?
Yeah, tell us about, are there lanes open? Is there...
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can... Yes, everyone is very friendly. There are many people that work there. You can easily check out. It's very, very simple, very smooth. And when you go there, you feel like you are buying fancy food.
You're fancy, yeah.
Because it's kind of fancy.
It's a Sendix, yeah.
Right, and fancy. So you feel like I'm having an experience at the grocery store. Okay. The bakeries, they have lots of good bakeries. I recommend it. Meg, on 76th Street, there's it's called like a Metcalf.
Yeah.
That is also there's two grocery stores. They're on 70th, but we'll call it 76. There's a Metro Market on closer to 76, but that again also they've got fancy things, and so
it's very easy to check out there. That is right by the kids' school, so sometimes we would go after if we needed to pick something up. If I didn't have enough time to stop at the 35th one because I was in a hurry.
Yeah.
And that one, it's a very easy experience as well to get your groceries.
Now, however, the 96th Street is more fancy than the 76th Street.
Yeah.
So when we go down in numbers, we go down in fanciness.
Yeah.
Until we hit 35th. And then when we get to First Street, that one's...
And which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about the one on North and Humboldt.
Okay, yeah.
It's not First Street, but I didn't want to say negative 8th Street.
Yeah.
So call it First Street. That one is fine.
That one's fine. It's
typically well staffed.
I would say
for
that
the
one,
most part.
That one,
it's larger.
It takes 5 to 10 minutes to check out.
Yes, it's an easier experience though. So, we've gone as we go down the numbers. We go from really fancy to medium fancy to not fancy. Back up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then let's call it negative 20th Street.
Yeah.
which is either the Whole Foods at the end of North Avenue.
Yeah.
Or if you're on Capitol, it's the other Metro Market.
Mm-hmm.
That's, the one on basically Capitol.
Yeah.
Which is super fancy.
Which you can drink wine and it's
right. You literally are you're pushing your little cart into the elevator.
Yeah.
And there's an escalator by the liquor section, and it's you.
Yeah, you can grab your Starbucks.
Right.
It's very fancy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's an experience.
Mm-hmm.
It's an experience that people want. It's an experience that, and so we say all this. It's an experience though that people want to have.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an experience that people want to avoid.
Yeah.
Which, unfortunately, and this is probably part of the reason why people would avoid going to the 35th Street one, because it's not an experience. It's not an experience that you would be excited.
It's not an enjoyable experience.
It wasn't an experience that you would be excited to go have.
Yeah. It's more of a chore.
It's more, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I tend to think a lot of these, societal issues are created by society.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All of the issues that are caused by people are, it's going to sound redundant, are caused by people. It's just the collective. When I worked in schools, I would tell people your school culture is just the cumulative effect of all of the interactions that take place. If your interactions are more negative, your school culture is negative.
Yeah.
If they're positive, then it's positive. It's the same thing as the pick and saves.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I live on 35th Street and I go to 76th Street instead, or if I go an equidistant amount and I go over to 1st Street, I'm helping to create the food desert.
Yeah.
Because I'm not spending my money at the 35th Street pick and save.
Yeah.
Now, if I live if I live like on 68th Street, let's call it, I'm pretty close to the 76th Street one, but I'm not that far from the 35th Street one. And if I go to the 76th Street one, I'm not helping the problem of there being a grocery store that's sustainable on 35th Street.
Mm-hmm.
And Meg, there's tens of thousands of people that if you were to draw a circle around the pick and save that's at 35th Street, there's tens of thousands of people that live inside of the circle between negative 20th and 96th Street.
Yeah.
We could just as easily drive to 35th Street.
We could. Yeah.
To buy groceries.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are waiting in a long line, if they don't have the thing that you want, you're going to be much less inclined to go there. You're going to go to the one on 1st Street or negative 20th Street. So, I hear people talk about food deserts. And what I don't hear when people are talking about them is the personal responsibility of I either help, because that's how it works.
Yeah.
Like I either help create food deserts or I help them not exist anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think that there should be food deserts, but I think that we're all responsible.
Yeah.
We talk about segregation. Milwaukee is one of the most segregated cities in the country. All of us. This is something I talked about in the book. All of us are equally responsible because all of us have chosen, not everybody chooses where they live, but for the most part, if you're going to go rent an apartment, you're looking in spots for the apartment.
Yeah.
You don't get assigned an apartment.
Yeah.
Just like I'm not assigned a grocery store I can go to. It's part of the free will that we're allowed to have in the United States, that we can go choose. And so if I choose, because I'm a white person, if I choose to live in a white neighborhood, predominantly white neighborhood, I'm a part of that.
Yeah.
And no one's gonna point you out and say you are the problem because you are such a small portion of that. But then when we zoom out and we say, well, everyone is living in these pockets of people that look like them, or the 35th Street pick and save is closing, we get kind of outraged.
Yeah.
Because we don't like the end result of it.
Yeah.
But the end result is because of all of these little decisions that
we've all made. Yeah.
Right. I am just as responsible for the pick and save closing as anybody else.
Yeah.
Because I don't really like going to that pick and save. I'm
Yeah.
never thinking to myself, "Oh, we're out of bread." Thanks. I don't even know what we're out of. We're out of bread. I never think, "Oh, I'm just going to shoot up to the 35th Street pick and save and go pick up a loaf of bread."
Yeah.
I don't ever think to do that.
Yeah.
Because I don't really want to wait in line. It's kind of a hassle. It's not.
Yeah.
You know what I probably would rather do? I'd probably rather just scoot on over to the Metro Market, take my time, look around at the bakery, see what they got over there, maybe get some snacks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Now, look, you could say, okay, well, if Pick and Save built a Metro Market is just for the people that don't live in Milwaukee. Metro Market is just like a fancy grocery store. They have them all over the place.
Yeah.
There's a fancy grocery store by my parents' house. It's called something else.
What's it called?
It might be a Butera or Joey Caputo.
Or what's the one by Jack and Katie's? Mariano's?
Mariano's. Yeah, Mariano's has real good Italian stuff, I think.
Yeah.
And my friend Ando's always talking about going to Mariano's. Right,
Yeah.
but like it's an event and an experience.
Yeah.
And it isn't just I need apples.
Yeah.
And so I have to go to get apples. So, you know, I just, you know, because I'll hear people talk about food deserts.
Yeah.
And when I hear them talk, I can't not think like, but when's the last time you went to the 35th Street Pick and Save and bought all of your groceries there?
Yeah.
Because you probably didn't.
Yeah.
And I don't know why we would expect Kroger, which I think owns Pick and Save, to keep a store open that isn't making money. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure if it is profitable, it clearly isn't profitable enough to keep it open. Yeah. And the way that a grocery store makes profit is when people go and shop there. Yeah. So if we don't, you know, if the only people that shop there are the ones that live so close to there, it's not going to stay open. Because there's a ton of people that live on 35th Street that are going to go to 76th or 1st or negative 20th or 96th. And then, you know, the people that, you know, when they move out to go grocery shopping, there isn't other people moving in to go grocery shopping. And then you have a desert.
Yeah. And I think the reason that I think this is important to talk about is just that we all have this responsibility. And it might not be your thing to go and shop at grocery stores in the inner city of Milwaukee, but there are stores that you can go to. There's farmers markets. There's a lot of different things that we can all collectively put our money into to make sure that it keeps going.
Yeah. Yeah, there is. Yeah. Yeah, for example, like I know Pete's is also on North Avenue.
Yeah.
That one is actually on 3rd Street.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really fit the same mold.
It's more of a fruit market.
It's a fruit market, and so if you want fruit, that's a great place to go buy fruit. Mm-hmm. It isn't a full. It is probably considered a full service grocery store, but it's not like going to a Pick and Save, for example. Mm-hmm. You know, or if you go to the Aldi that's on Capitol, you know that. Also you can't buy everything you need. You know, sort of similar in. Yeah,
but I think it's just this idea that like these things are our responsibility, and if we want to improve them, we can spend our money wherever we want, and we can all make changes, you know, make big changes if we all work collectively.
Yeah it's just like why there isn't a Starbucks. Like I don't even know where the closest Starbucks is, because you know people in our neighborhood aren't asking for a Starbucks, but people in our neighborhood are asking for a place to go buy groceries.
For a Chick-fil-A. No.
Chick-fil-A would be great. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, man, one right on the corner. We would always be there. Yeah. We'd always be there. But, you know, so two things. So, like, that's why. That's why food deserts exist.
Yeah.
And then there's also, like, this other component of it, like, okay, I have a 14-year-old daughter. She's going to turn 15. She's going to be getting a job soon. I think that she would make to be a good employee. And so where am I going to tell her to go get a job? I'm probably not going to tell her to go to 35th Street to get a job. I'm probably going to say, try to go get a job at negative 20th Street.
Yeah.
Because I think that you'll enjoy that better. And so it's just like a cycle that builds on itself. If you can't get, I'm not saying my daughter's going to be a great employee or make an actual difference, but if you're thinking about where you would want to go to work, I don't know why you would choose 35th Street versus 76th. I think you probably would have a better experience, an easier experience on 76th Street. But if there aren't people that are willing to do the thing that is mildly uncomfortable, and I'm really just talking about grocery shopping. Nothing changes.
Yeah.
And then also, and this is sort of kind of just piggybacking on this whole conversation. You can't get mad that it is the way that it is.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, if you're not taking responsibility for your part, you can't be mad at Kroger for shutting their doors.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
And also, if I go and buy groceries there, well, I'm just first off, I'm just kind of doing the thing that maybe I should do anyways. But I'm not even really moving the needle as much. And so maybe I'm trying to be a really good shopper. I don't know.
Or just being okay with that. You're going to have to wait in line. Being okay with how do you be a good neighbor around here? You don't yell at somebody for having their bass going really loud, in the middle of the day.
Sure.
You just are okay with a minor, it's a minor annoyance. I'm
sure.
taking a nap and there's somebody with a very loud bass. This is a minor annoyance.
Yeah. I think maybe, Meg, the point I was trying to make was if you do, if you do have your contribution, it don't get a big head about it.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
First off, yes, please, make that contribution and understand what that contribution is doing, because I think that is important, because then that, so for example, if you live on, 12th Street, and you're like, okay, I'm newer to the area. I have this grocery store that's on 35th. I've been there a couple of times. I don't love the experience that I'm having. And maybe many people have great experiences there, but that hasn't been my experience.
Yeah.
It hasn't been super well run and enjoyable.
Yeah.
I kind of would rather just drive over to the other one.
Yeah.
But if you go there and in the back of your head, you should know this. You're doing this because you want this thing to work. You don't want there to be a food desert.
Yeah.
And in order for there not to be a food desert, people have to actually go and shop there.
Yeah.
And yes, you're making this contribution, but this contribution is very, relatively small. So, you're doing good in the world.
Yeah.
But that isn't the type of thing that you should go brag to your friends.
No, but you should go tell your friends, you know what, this is why I'm doing this, and maybe you might want to do it too.
Yeah.
Do you want a food desert? No one does.
Well, I just think about how sometimes you go, let's say you go and you shop at the 35th Street Pick and Save 4 times, and now you're the expert on negating the effects of food deserts, and you want to tell all of your Instagram followers how great you are. And
I'm okay with that, because tell all your Instagram followers to go. I mean,
that's fine.
To be
You're
honest,
right.
you can't, I feel like you can't share about it. It's going to be great,
fine.
because
You're
then you're going to tell other people. I feel like we should be wrapping up.
Yeah, I have a water heater I have to go install.
Oh, great. Well, I wanted to give a shout out to the Fondy Farmers Market.
Oh,
because that is
yes.
I feel like that is a great resource in the community. They have great produce. It's corn season. Really great, wonderful farmers market. And I have to say, like I've been to a lot of farmers markets around, and like the Shore Road Farmers Market, you have to walk a really long ways. The Shore Road Farmers Market is an experience, okay? It's a wonderful experience. Sure. Everything's beautiful. Like the radishes come and they're like clean and beautiful, and you can just like they're Instagram. It's very Instagrammable.
Sure.
The Fondie, you get a ton of food for a good price. It's maybe not the most Instagrammable, but it's like really good produce, really good people that are growing it, and it's a wonderful, wonderful farmers market.
Yeah.
So I highly, highly, highly recommend Fondie Farmers Market.
Yes, and if there is one thing like that, if there is one a choice like that you can make, that to me at least tells me that if there's one, there's probably two, and if there's two, there's probably 10. If there's 10, there's probably 100 different things.
Yeah.
That are might seem a little less like an experience, but when you do them, that it might matter a little bit more.
Yeah, because and the reason that I'm passionate about the Fondie's Farmers Market is because it is providing produce in the middle of on 27th and North. That doesn't have a lot of produce, and so people can go there. They can use their Quest. They can use all those types of things. They get actually double the amount with their Quest card. So it's wonderful. So people who can just shop there freely and buy their produce, you are helping a whole community be able to have produce locally.
Yeah.
It's a win. It's like a win-win-win, because then you're also helping farmers, and you're helping, like it's environmentally better because most of the farmers are farming within 20, 30 minutes away. So again, win-win-win.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to plug?
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you for listening, and we will catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.